So 1 month on, the market's reopened. Um, I'm particularly interested in what's your experience or what statistics you might have around um, the trends in residential, but also the commercial market, Tom.
Yeah. So resi and commercial were impacted in a slightly different way. The residential market clearly is consumer linked, and so if you can't visit a house and you cannot move house, it really affect when the lockdown came in, it effectively shuttered the market on resi. So it dropped dramatically and quite precipitously. Commercial's different. It's not linked to that kind of level of interaction in terms of the property. Obviously, you can transact a property if no one's moving in or out of that property. There's less of a chain constraint on there. But that said, commercial's impacted by segment. So agriculture is impacted differently from retail, etc. So different law firms sometimes specialize in some of different sectors. So I have to be careful not to generalize commercial, but it was more resilient, but there were probably peaks and troughs in that resiliency. So we've seen that come back, but what we've seen more on residential since the lockdown has been lifted to a certain extent, we've seen that come back far quicker. So residential is kind of in search world, it takes time to get to us, but we've seen really since the beginning of June quite a strong indication of day on day growth as we go forward. Now, it's quite difficult for us to unpick how much of that is the backlog that's got trapped and how much of that is an uptick in normal business. However, at our landmark level, we can see a little bit better into the marketplace, and we understand the pipeline is returning quite healthy numbers in terms of the highest part of the funnel, which is for us valuations and for listings. So we can see that. So that's encouraging, but by no means are we out of the woods here. This is still a journey for us to collectively get to where we need to get to in the marketplace.